afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you?
It is my understanding that Congressman Kennedy mentioned STEM, and I'd just like to follow up because I'm concerned about potential funding shortfalls with regard to STEM. As you know, training a STEM workforce is essential to our economic competitiveness. And NASA's education programs, both within its mission directorates such as science and aeronautics, as well as within its Office of Education, have taken a significant hit in the FY 2014 budget proposal. It's a decrease of about 46% from FY 2012. Who made the decision on what education activities are proposed to be cut? Was the Interagency Committee on STEM involved? And what was OMB's role?
Congresswoman, I can't tell you what OMB's role was, but I can tell you what I did. I have been intimately involved in the decisions within NASA on STEM education because I think most people will tell you no one is as passionate about STEM education as am I. Our decision was, after we listened to the proposal that came from the President, that he wanted, as I said a little bit earlier, he wanted to find a way to make the programs effective, that we would be able to measure the effect of the STEM education programs. We decided that we would go along with that effort. We had already been part of the way down the road with CoSTEM that you mentioned. Their report, I think, is supposed to come out this summer, and we will integrate the work of CoSTEM, 2 years' worth, into the consolidation effort that's ongoing right now. So I can tell you what we did. We participated in the decisions. I think what they did was across the board, it was decided to take all educational outreach funds from the agencies, the STEM agencies, to consolidate them. Rather than to try to cherry pick, they just, I think we took everything, except some special ones that I mentioned earlier that go to underserved minorities and like MUREP, EPSCoR, and then Space Grant, which covers everybody.
Just to follow up, what resources would the Smithsonian, Department of Education, and the NSF have as a part of the 2014 budget request to support infrastructure to work across government and to implement the proposed consolidation? How will that infrastructure compare to the proven structure that NASA has developed over time, which is supported through competitive selection and peer review to implement STEM education and outreach, especially within the Science Mission Directorate? How will you do that with a 46% cut?
My agency is really good. We're the best place to work in government, and I don't mean that pejoratively or anything. What will happen with the consolidation is that what I can do every day, bringing downlink TV from aboard the International Space Station, taking it into a classroom, every one of the STEM-related agencies will now have access to NASA content. So that's one of the things we're giving. We'll be allowing everybody else to have access to the content that we have. What it will give us, what we will gain, will be access to the Department of Education, to the National Science Foundation, and even to the Smithsonian in some of their metrics and some of their methods for promoting and reaching people with STEM education. I think there's value on both sides. Everybody gives, but everybody gets something if we do it right.
One follow-up. Who's going to oversee this? Who will oversee it? Which segment of government?
The program is actually
Department of Education?
The program is actually presently being overseen by the Executive Office of the President. The President is, is the one that all of us are responding to in this. I'm overseeing with Leland Melvin as my emissary, if you will, what we're doing in NASA, and every other principal is quite well aware of what's going on and is taking part, and we have all had an opportunity to express our opinion about how things should be done. Examples would be, one of the things we proposed was take the people from each agency, each STEM agency who are good at what they do, and put them in a pool so that when the Department of Education or the National Science Foundation or Smithsonian starts looking to build a cadre of people that are going to be the overseers, if you will, that we take people who have experience with this. And I express the desire and a willingness to to offer NASA people anytime anybody wants to take them so that we make sure the program is done correctly.
Thank you.